to say Lot, because Lot was vexed with the shit that was going on. If you ain't vexed with America, if you cool with the shit, you gonna die with the rest of these sodomites, man.
That's right.
When the Lord burn this place up, man. Go ahead, bro.
God, back to Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall together go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Right, the Lord is saying, you so-called white people are not going unpunished, man. You're going to be judged for your iniquities. You're going to be judged for your wickedness, man.
That's right.
All right? Death is coming to you so-called white people and all those that fucking join hands with them, man.
That's right.
All right? Continuing on. Verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach.
And Basra was a top city in Edom. Edom means red. The so-called white man is not white. This shirt is white, he is red. Right. So Basra was one of their main cities, and that's what America is today. You're not gonna find America in the scriptures. They ain't gonna say the word America. It's talking about America right now. Babylon, Basra, Egypt.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And a curse. And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Right, the Lord put curses on America, man. That's why America's going down, man. All right? And I'm going to continue reading to see one of the key factors of why America's going down.
That's right.
Verse 14. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador said unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come up against her and rise up to the battle. Right. World War III is coming. All right? That's what the Lord is doing. He's gathering these heathens up to fuck America up.
That's
right. All right? And who's starting the lineup? Russia, China, Iran, all right? North Korea, okay?
Let's say you heard a rumor, ambassadors. What do you want to believe, we the prophets or not, man? We bringing out, we saying prophecy mean to say before, man. We may have harsh speech. We may speak with stammering tongues. We may look like some young dudes. What these young dudes doing? All right, you ain't got to believe. The Lord put the spirit on us to prophesy and tell y'all what the Lord about to do, man. And that's exactly what's going to happen. World War III, man. Nuke's going to hit this shit, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 15. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Right, man. So the so-called white man is not the majority. He's the minority, all right? He's the only devil without no pigment on him, man. Okay? And that's him being exposed. And that's the reason why all these heathens, they hate America, man. And they want to destroy America, all right? China hates America. Russia hates America. All right? Iran hates America. North Korea hates America. All right?
The Lord hates America.
Khan. We hate America.
That's America hates America. Americans hate Americans.
That's right.
This shit is an unpeaceful land. Shamar got one real quick.
Hey, this is Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh by Shem Shah without effect? God forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Yeah, your unbelief don't make our faith void. Fuck you and your unbelief, then.
That's right.
You gonna die in your unbelief. Unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, then. That's all. That's what unbelief gonna get you. Unbelief don't matter to us. We believers. We feel the Most High. So therefore, keep doing that. We good. So you got unbelief, shit. That's on your ass. We bringing out the scriptures. We bringing out truth. Go ahead, out.
Back to Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart. O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord.
Who is that talking about other than the so-called white man, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks? The so-called white man, he come from the Caucasus Mountains. And before then, he came from Petra, which is Mount Seir.
That's right.
And to say he exalted himself as the eagle. All his lands has the eagle as the national animal.
That's right.
As the national bird. America, Rome, France. The eagle.
God. And it says he lays his nest among the stars, the space stations, man.
Yep. Right.
He's building space stations. He's getting ready to go to war with the Lord. I got two more.
Let me ask the question real quick. Go ahead. What's your question?
So these 12 tribes, what's this for?
What it's for?
Yeah.
These are our true biblical our true biblical nationalities, our true identities. These names is what the so-called white man put on us. But according to the scriptures, according to prophecy, and by filtering the scriptures, the scriptures tell you that we are the people who are under the curses, we the true Israelites. And these are the people that the Lord gonna save. The Lord only deals with Israelites. He don't deal with no other people.
So how you just give us the tribe of Judah? How you know that?
Because scriptures like Genesis chapter 49, when you break down the scriptures tribe by tribe, it tells you basically according to their future habitations or their future characteristics, which tribe is which tribe. And not only that, even secular history. Because in West Africa, when our people migrated to West Africa, they had a plot of land over there that they called the Kingdom of Judah. And you can look it up in your Google. Look up the port of Judah. Because the so-called white people knew that these people were the Israelites. So even in West Africa, they had a plot of land called the port of Judah. So according to Deuteronomy 28, the curses that was brought upon the people, if they don't follow the Lord, according to that, these people are definitely the true Israelites. And it's according to belief in the spirit also. You get that?
Genesis 49, I'll go straight to the point since you asked about Judah. It's Genesis 49 and verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brothers shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
Okay, Judah was the top tribe, and it said their hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. That.
Okay. How you know that's us though?
Go ahead.
Because it says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brothers shall praise. All right, who thy brothers shall praise. The reason being because that's the head tribe, right? That's one, and two. Since they the head tribe, you look at it. Whatever the so-called Negro do, I'm gonna use that the terminology as well. Whatever the so-called Negro do, the rest of them follow suit. You see that all the time. The rest of them follow suit. Like if somebody come out, if an African American right now was to just say, "Hey, look, I'm from rock this type of shirt or something," and he's one of those higher ups type stuff, the rest of the tribe's gonna follow suit after, or his belief, the rest of them gonna follow suit.
I got a question. What are you trying to prove? As in, what are we trying to prove?
All right, let the scripture speak, because the scripture gonna explain it better than all of us. Go ahead, bro.
I'm going to start the reason why.
This is Jeremiah 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
It said you shall discontinue from your heritage, meaning you're not going to know that you are Judah. You're going to be asking, how you know that I'm Judah? How you know I'm Levi? Our heritage has been taken away from us. It's prophecy. And it said we shall serve our enemies in the land which we didn't know. Now everybody know that America was so-called that new land, that new world. Go ahead.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Get Judah 14 and 2 real quick. Get that.
I got that right.
All right, go ahead. Read it. I said Judah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, and verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. So them people over there in Israel right now, those not the true Israelites. And if you look at the real definition, the real word right there, which is written in Hebrew, the word is kadar, which means dark skin.
Right.
They are dark skinned people. So that scripture tell you they're gonna lose their heritage. That scripture tell you that they dark skinned. When we came over here in ships, the ships didn't, and they sold us, it didn't say African Americans for sale. It didn't even say Africans for sale. Actually, the first sign said Hebrews for sale.
That's right.
Hebrews.
The African American that came out, what, 1980?
That came out in 1984. Right. Thanks to Jesse Jackson, faggot ass.
That's right.
Go ahead.
God, this is what's going to be one of the curses that happened to us. You know, I'll start with Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All right, Moses was getting ready to bring the people into the land. They already done got on his last nerves going through the wilderness already, but he laid it one more time to their ass and gave them a sermon. He told them the promises that will come upon them if they follow the Lord, but if they don't follow the Lord, these curses are going to come upon you. The Lord going to fuck you up if you don't do what he say. Go ahead.
All right, to the point, verse 68.
Yeah.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. Egypt.
We're not in Egypt.
We this spiritual. Somebody get on Revelation 11:8 and get Exodus 20 and 2.
I'm already there. Yeah, Exodus 2.
Revelation 11:8. All right. Get that real quick.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I'm gonna start at 1. And the Most High spake, and God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Because that land Egypt was really called Misraim. But Egypt meaning is a word meaning bondage. House of bondage symbolizes bondage. So basically that scripture says you're going to go back into Egypt, but by ship though.
So they call this place Egypt.
Yeah.
Spiritual Egypt, right.
Wait, let's turn
That's why
it around real
Freemasons
quick.
worship the Egyptians, man.
Do you need a ship to go from Israel to Egypt? No, you don't. It don't make no sense. That's talking about a spiritual Egypt. Get that? Go ahead.
This is Revelations 11
Ash got it.
and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified.
For edification, that chapter in Revelation was talking about that great city Babylon. So it said his people shall lie in that great city, which is also spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. So that's what that's talking about in Deuteronomy chapter 28.
So
This
we
place is,
Israelites.
yeah, we Israelites, man. And
So we ain't black.
we not black.
We not Negroes.
No.
We ain't African American.
Those are borrowers and proverbs that the so-called white man put on us.
So we Israelites.
We Israelites.
So we going to heaven if we keep the commandments.
You're right. And heaven is on earth. The kingdom of heaven is on earth. You was going to ask a question, why we doing this? Reason why is because it's paramount right now. The Lord is coming to judge the earth, especially America, because America is Sodom and Egypt. The Lord is going to destroy this place, and he's going to deliver his people like he delivered us out of ancient Egypt, but even more spectacular. But yet he ain't taking all Israelites out with him this time. Because last time he had to, if you read the scriptures, he had to put a lot of Israelites to death in the wilderness. This time he ain't having that shit. He only taking those who going to come back to their heritage and try to follow him to the best of their
Why
abilities.
we always in slavery? We always in slavery.
curse.
Have we ever been anything other than slaves?
Oh yeah, we've had the greatest
Is that
kingdom on
inside
earth before.
y'all
King
read
Solomon,
something?
King David.
But this,
You
hey,
read the scripture for
there's a
anything.
time for everything. Ecclesiastes said there's a time for peace and there's a time for war. Right now ain't the time to get into the history. Oh, we used to be the best musicians and all that shit. Right now it's the time. It's the time to try to get saved.
So I just supposed to take your word that we was better than slaves?
Look,
Nobody
it ain't my
ever
word. We
showed
bringing
me
the
that.
scriptures.
We trying to show you that right now.
Listen.
This is Baruch 4 and 3. Salat. Baruch 4 and 6. Ye were sold to the nations. You know the so-called white people that call themselves Jews, right?
Yeah.
When have they ever said they were sold and they were slaves and shit? Ain't nobody ever came to nowhere migration on cargo slave ships but the Negro man. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath. You were delivered unto your enemy, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not God.
And we the only people who really got a true God. He only deals with Israelites. That's why when we do something wrong, the Lord punish our ass time and time again. And you saying, I feel you like, tell me something good, but shit, it's the truth. For truth's sake, we gonna explain to our people their transgressions.
Born to be slaves.
Somebody get Isaiah 58 and 1. All right. Somebody got
He said we always talk about slavery and all that.
That's it.
Look, but it's about what we coming to now, because right now we're in the time of prophecy. All right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, and verse 13. Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king, who will no more be admonished.
For real.
For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also that is born in his kingdom becometh poor.
Yep.
So right now we slaves right now, we poor right now, but when the Lord returns, he gonna give us a glorious kingdom. That's if we maintain and hold our integrity till the time he come back.
I understand that. I understand that. But my point
Do we look like kings right now?
No, we ain't shit right now.
So we telling the truth.
We
You
always
can't live it good
been
now,
slaves?
then enjoy the kingdom of
Hey,
heaven.
we
Live
gotta
it good.
teach our people don't fear the Lord. So we out here telling our people that the Lord's gonna fuck you up if you don't get right. Right now we ain't finna say shit all peachy keen. We get right now, the Lord finna set us up in the kingdom. He is gonna do it.
Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ bless to y'all.
Say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Clarification. Look, check this out, man. Y'all was asking, what was kings, shows was kings. I feel you, because we were kings, we were royals, we still are.
That's
We
why
still
I'm just trying to get a scripture, because I've been needing
check
one.
me out, we still are. But the thing is, we went off. And if you go to Ezekiel, the 18th chapter, the Most High tell you, if you do good, He gonna forget your bad. If you do bad, that good that you did, that shit don't count for shit. Right now, even though we was kings, even though we was on top, we ain't on top because we went off. So right now, at this point right now that we in, that don't matter because we got to get right again to become kings again, man. That's what them boys trying to tell you. Feel me?
Well, what I'm needing is a little motivation, because all we ever hear about is being slaves.
You want motivation? Hey, what a nuke sound real quick.
Because that's going to be the motivation.
Get that real quick. This all our motivation.
Right here.
We don't want that. The Lord is finna entreat this place like Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, when you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, He only saved Lot because Lot was vexed. He hated what was going on in that shit. That's our motivation to get right because the day of the Lord is gloomy, man. That's right. The day of the Lord is dark. That's the only motivation we need because we for the Lord. Martial law is coming to America, famine. America is gonna fall like every other kingdom before. It's all throughout the scriptures. But read what you got, Marsh.
This,
We gonna keep reading now.
this second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Okay, when you go back to Genesis chapter 25, Jacob and Esau they were twins. And Esau came out first and Jacob held his heel. And the scripture said, though, that the elder shall serve the younger. So the one who came out first going to eventually serve the younger. Go ahead, bro.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Esau is the end of the world. You can look around and see that this is the end of the world. Everything going extinct. You got transsexuals here and there. You got World War III. You got nukes. They're going to use them nukes. They're not ornaments. Esau is the so-called white man. Esau, the scripture tell you, he brought out the scripture earlier before y'all came. Hold on, bro. Let me break it down. Esau is Edom. Edom means red. That's them. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Jacob is another name for Israel. Jacob was his name before the angel changed his name to Israel. We all finna rule. We looking forward to that. We hastening that. That's why we out here prophesying and letting people know that this shit finna go down and our shit finna go up.
Right. This is 2nd Esdras 15. I start at verse 14. The brother about to answer your question right now. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and destruction draw nigh.
Yeah, that's why we out here. Because if we don't come out here and let people know that the Lord finna come back, that means the blood will be on our hands. We the watchmen for our people. We warning our people. We the prophets of old. Just like all the prophets of old always talked about the downfall of the kingdom. That's in Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 18. They all did. So we doing the same thing.
I think like that, but I'm just not an outspoken person. I do know that. I believe everything you're saying. I know that for myself just by reading for my own self. Man. You know what I mean? I'm not a big talker. But I do believe, man.
Your duty is to get into these scriptures if you want to be saved. Because get into these scriptures and dig into it and proclaim your nationality. Because ain't none of us choose to do this. Ain't I was outspoken, I ain't gonna lie, in the world, but these brothers, some brothers weren't outspoken. Some of us was, we all have different personalities. But whatever it is, push that to the side. We know that it's our duty to come out here and prophesy, man. The Lord gonna reward us for it too, man.
Right.
If we keep going.
Brother about to show you martial law right now, bro.
Martial law?
Yeah. Martial law, that famine, all that.
Yeah,
About to
you
show
wanted to see all that in the scriptures.
Were they gonna be walking around with guns and telling us
Yep.
we can't do this and that?
Tell you to get your ass inside. And
They practice it every day. It ain't.
Oh, then you gotta go to a FEMA camp if you don't listen.
Like we was already under martial law, we getting shot.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men.
Sedition means unrest. Like civilians going up against their governments and all of that. Go ahead.
That's right.
And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes.
They invading one another. One nigga gonna go next door and kill his neighbor for a piece of bread in that day, man. It's gonna be the worst days of all. This judgment is the judgment day. And they said they not gonna regard their kings. They ain't regarding Trump right now. So in them days, they really ain't gonna give a fuck what Trump got to say or what a government official got to say. Go ahead.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
That's martial law. You ain't gonna be able to make it to Miramar from Miami-Dade. They gonna have that shit shut off. Why?
Right.
It's gonna be famine. It's gonna be diseases out there that the so-called white man conjuring up. He showed in his movies.
right.
That's why they call it the center of disease control. Why not eradicate it and wipe it off the face of the earth? They conjure them shits up in them buildings, man. Go ahead.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Because of their pride, because of their gay pride, because all they wickedness, the city's gonna be troubled, man. These people out here prideful and they don't need the scriptures. Y'all stop and listen, but other people ain't.
But everybody got a wicked side. Everybody got it in them, man.
That's why.
Nobody perfect. That's the thing. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. It's gonna fulfill
Your
itself.
flesh,
Yeah, it
your
is
flesh
flesh.
is desperately wicked, but the spirit in you is fighting your flesh. It's your flesh that's wicked. It's not you per se. It's your flesh. Because we in these flesh right now. That's why the Lord got to come down